like the soft serve at Dairy Queen, just drooping down over the knees.
And it was she had just crazy makeup on. You know, after drinking, you know how you start sweating a little bit when she's sweating and there's so much fucking makeup on. And it was one of those things the next day when you still feel your fucking shame. You look at your shirt and just got makeup on, like your shoulder and shit.
James, I'm going to ask you a very important question right now.
Yes.
How did her pussy smell?
Yeah, that was part of the problem.
Did it smell like James Brown's feet after the second set at the Apollo?
You know what? It smells like James Brown's feet right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah. It was one of those things where even as you're doing it, you know, like, I'm a fucking loser, man. What the fuck am I doing?
Let me ask you this: How long was the shower afterwards?
You know what? I actually took a shower, washed up, and tried to pour rubbing alcohol on my dick to try and like get everything off. It was like,
did you raw dog it?
No. Use the condom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know what?
It was like around the base of like your dick and all that. You just is the smell of condom and just.
Plus, you also had to be thinking as you're banging her, like all the different band members who fucked her, like Bootsy Collins.
Yeah.
He had 2 drummers in the band. I mean, right there, they're always dogs. You know.
And the worst part was, as I'm doing it, I know, you know, the other guys I'm with, they're in the other room, actually fucking some quality girls, and I'm the fucking loser.
Did you ever own up to it with them?
Oh, no.
James,
it was one of those things. It was one of those things they had said. So what were you doing out there? I'm like, oh, no, I was just out there. I passed out, man. I was drunk as hell. And that's it, man.
James,
And one last thing. The last dude that called, he's definitely not black.
Yeah, I didn't think about the Jigaboo Jones. Yeah, I didn't feel that.
Yeah, he's not black.
James, if being 21 and fucking an old tramped out dancer doesn't surmise living in America, you should have been cranking that fucking song while you were plowing her. That's great.
Well, the best thing I could say, you know, if I could ever tell that story and get past people asking how she looked and how she smelled, you know, I fucked somebody that an icon probably fucked. I mean,
someone, who was a backup singer for an icon.
That's how I looked at it. I was like, Sinatra probably banged this chick at one point, or maybe she blew him. I've got Sinatra's fall off right now. That's not so bad.
Or maybe she felt lonely during a threesome.
Yeah. Hold on, baby. I got to get back to me.
Yo, but before you go, did you hear my theory about black people and lotion?
Yeah.
What do you think? Any truth to that?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, my brothers, they live up in Massachusetts. They do not put any shit on their face, and they got crow's feet like you can't believe.
Well, you know what? The lotion, that's one thing. The worst part, you white folks don't all use washcloths. Just soap, a bare bar soap.
That's bad?
No scrubbing power. Just a plain old bar soap against your skin. That's like rubbing marbles on you. It's just is no scrubbing power there. Guys are filthy.
You know what? I just learned something. I had no idea. You have a washcloth? Do you have like a little loofah?
Yeah, you gotta use a washcloth.
Oh my God!
Just a bare. How are you going to use a plain, smooth piece of soap and rub it across your...
I don't know, James, probably the same way you could stick your cock in a 45-year-old dancer whose pussy stunk. You know, probably from that sort of fruition.
All right, James, thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
Thanks, James.
Right, keep listening.
Thank you. He's a good caller. He should call back again. He's a good...
Absolutely.
He's a good go-to guy.
So just using a bar of soap is bad?
It's a fucking conspiracy. I didn't know that.
It's like a guy, yeah.
They're trying to keep us down by not telling us we need to use washcloths. I didn't fucking know that.
Dan, don't you hate when Joe tries to shoehorn the next topic?
I was purposely doing that as an inside joke to you guys. I was being a douche. By the way...
Joe, you don't need to try. That's all I'm saying.
Call me. I think it'd be funny. These guys were making fun of me from the first episode because apparently I suck at moving into a topic gracefully. Like I'm like, and speaking of tractors, Bill, I just happened to be thinking, you know.
Yeah, you just did that. Which is what I'm trying to do.
But I was doing it to be funny just then. So if you guys hear me actually do it, call me on it immediately. I think that'd be funny.
That's great. Why is he having like a pitch meeting for the next show?
It's not. I'm just saying,
while we're on the air.
Do
you realize we didn't go to break there, Joe? It's really sitting there like we're on break.
It popped into my head. I went with it. I'm very organic. That's all. We want to. Well,
I want to talk about conspiracy theory, and I love, like, this is like one of my favorite topics out there, because I'm one of those people, like, if you have any sort of conspiracy, I automatically believe it. Like, Joe was giving me shit recently the other day. If anybody out there, I don't know if I'm going to seem like a loon here, but I actually fucking...
You are going to seem like a loon.
All right, well, somebody sent me something on MySpace about fluoride, and was basically telling me that, since I was a kid, you always heard, like, fluoride, it helps toughen up your enamel, and you won't get cavities.
They brought it to our classroom when we were kids, and you'd have to gargle with it every morning.
Jesus Christ.
I'm serious.
You're going to love to listen to this, because somebody sent me this shit saying that fluoride is actually a poison. And I'm literally using natural toothpaste now. Listen to this shit. This is the conspiracy, the fluoride conspiracy. At the end of World War II, I'm going to fucking skip through the most of this. Here's some guy, he's a fucking dude. And he was, okay, this guy, where am I? Okay, at the end of World War II, the U.S. government sent Charles Eliot Perkins, a research worker in chemistry, biochemistry, physiology, and pathology. So right there, the guy's getting no pussy, right? You can't read all those fucking books. That guy is just rubbing them out while he's reading. He's got a dick in a beaker. It's like things to spooge on like a petri dish.
He just uses his load as his bookmark at the end when he's finished.
Oh yeah, he's got a microscope tickling his taint. All right. So, anyways, this guy was in charge to take charge of the Farben chemical plants in Germany, and the German chemist is there. Listen to this. Told Perkins of a scheme where they had devised during the World War and had been adapted by the German General Staff. The German chemist explained of their attempt to control the population in any given area through the mass medication of drinking water with sodium fluoride.
Right. A
tactic used in German and Russian prisoner of war camps to make prisoners stupid and docile.
Right. Now, here's what I want to know. Now, I'm...
Norbit, the #1 movie in the country right now.
Just to support our sources here, some of the information we're going to be talking about is coming out of the Rough Guide to Conspiracy Theories by James McAnachie and Robin Tudge, I guess is how that's pronounced. But in that book it says the same thing, that some believe that fluoride is a Nazi, communist, CIA, government ploy, blah, 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 blah. All the same shit you're talking about. Now, what I want to know, though, is...
It's not shit, dude. It's fucking true.
What I want to know is...
I believe it.
This is what I want to know. Is that proven that Nazi and communist governments had actually done that, or is it just theorized that they had done that?
I got it right here in print, man.
Is that the gemstone file?
I got it, man. I got it right here. Dude, I'm telling you, like, you walk around, have you seen just people, like, the looks on them? You walk by a food court, that's fluoride, man. Everybody sitting there with their fucking mouth hanging open.
I don't think that's fluoride. I think
like orange chicken.
I think that's mainstream mediocrity, but I wouldn't argue that the mainstream media has been purposely dumbed down to dumb down
Joe,
the public
can
in
you
the
stick
same
with
way.
one conspiracy here?
Well, I'm saying, you know what? I don't know how I feel about this one. I can't say that I don't believe that pumping fluoride into the water supply is a way to dumb down the public, but I don't know if that's been proven, is my point. Has anybody proven...
Let me ask you this. Do you think that they would do something like that?
It seems a little extreme. It seems a little...
I don't understand people who trust the government,
Dude,
who actually think that they're going to do, like, money's involved. You take the average asshole, Joe. Listen to me.
I'm listening to you.
You take the average you got your face in the book.
No, just go ahead. I'm listening.
You take the average asshole, okay? Just a regular guy, whatever, right? You make him a bouncer. You give him a little bit of power, he immediately becomes a dick, right? So you get people up at the governmental level, that kind of power.
Yeah, but the bouncer doesn't start roofing everybody that walks through the door. So
no, he doesn't. But you know what he does? Like, they'll just beat the shit out of somebody just for the sake of it because they think it's funny.
I know a lot of bouncers that don't do that. So I mean, that's kind of a.
I know a bouncer who does do it. So that cancels out your fictitious bouncer that you just brought up.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the counter argument.
Danny, let me ask you this. We need to bounce something off somebody. Let me before you get into the counter over there. Would you believe that that people would that there was enough money and power involved that they would or whatever, just trying to control people, that they would actually put something in the water supply just to keep people kind of even keeled.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I would definitely go there.
Why wouldn't you think that? Like, I think like fast food, I think those are all owned by the government. Like anytime the government fucks up, like McDonald's has like a new sandwich all of a sudden, just to kind of...
I mean, as far-fetched as it can sound to somebody, it's perfectly plausible to another.
But then why can't Bill? Why can't you believe then? We had the argument the other day about the media, the mainstream media being dumb, and I said it's of certain people's opinions that it's good for morale for radio and television and movies to be mediocre. So you stay dumb, you stay in one place, you don't feel stupid, you actually feel superior to it. And you were like, do you actually believe that? Like you acted like it was the most ridiculous thing ever. So how can you believe?
Because you didn't have it in print, Joe.
I do have it in print.
I went on the internet, and this is what I'm saying, Joe. The point of this, Joe, is I never look at the other side.
Okay.
All you got to do is just tell me some sort of conspiracy. If I read it, I fucking believe it. And now, after 30-something years of brushing with Crest, I said, fuck Crest. I actually called them up. I called up their office, and they said, hello, this is Crest. I said, yeah, this is Bill Burr. Fuck Crest. And the lady said, well, listen, I just answered the phones. This really isn't, I didn't come up with it. I don't know why you're coming down on me. And I said, you know what, you're right. If you could pass that on to one of your higher-ups. I said, fuck Crest. And she promised me that she would. So now, I am now brushing with this.
This is the counter-argument.
I can't even... Aero Mare. It's an herbal toothpaste that includes the toothbrush
Christ.
trees, neem, and pilu.
Did that come free in a box of tampons?
I feel better.
Here's the counter argument. It's important that we just lay out both sides of this. American Dental Association claims to have continuously endorsed fluoride in community water supplies. Environmental Protection Agency, the American Medical Association, the National Academy of Sciences all endorse the National Research Council fluoride review.
That's all governmental
which
shit.
Which is cited by doctors, dentists, researchers, public health officials, and it underlies that the safety of fluoride, the benefits of putting fluoride in the water.
I give you a big phooey on that.
Dentists aren't... What does a dentist have to... they're not linked to the government. It's your dad's a dentist, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but he didn't do any research on fluoride. He just fucking showed up.
Well, neither did we.
I did. I actually did research on this one, too. Dude, don't you understand that a fucking dentist... First of all, he's not a goddamn scientist. He's not going to be out on a lake with one of those little glass things, shaking it. Doing that shit, right? Trying to figure out stuff, okay?
Why on a lake? Why would he be... Why is he on a lake?
A water supply, a reservoir.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
All right.
So what I'm saying, dude, is that someone who becomes a dentist is no different than someone who went to customer service.
Yeah.
You're not striking out on your own. Like I'm gonna cut my own path. You're basically you're a cubicle. You don't have a cubicle, but
I agree with that point, but my point is also what I'm saying is also, in addition to that, is that also means a dentist has no idea to be part of the conspiracy. You know what I mean? And I think it takes
I think it's in the books. The government approves the books. They read the books. Everybody's been paid. They've been paid back in the day. Somehow it goes back to the Rockefellers. Let's talk to Brendan here on line 7.
Okay.
Brendan from Wisconsin. What do you think about what I'm thinking? Do you think I'm an idiot for switching to Aeromare?
Bill, you have no idea. You have no idea how right you are. It was 1984. I had hosted a German student in '82 at my house. My family did, and so after I graduated, I went to Germany. I used to catch total hell because my feet would stink. You'd wear socks and leather shoes in summer, and they took me to this old family doctor. Take me in the back way into the hospital, and he gives me formaldehyde to mix in like a 4-to-1 ratio. Soak your feet in this for 3 days. Everything will be fine. But while we're sitting there talking to this guy, the father of the family we stayed with was kind of a connected government official type guy, and we get to talking about with Dr. Tony about different ways that the German government used chemical treatments to control their population, and exactly what you're talking about, sodium fluoride, came up. He was one of the guys that administered the program. This is absolutely true, and he said it was one of the greatest things they ever did to get compliance in the early 30s and all throughout the 30s. It made the entire rise of the Third Reich completely possible.
This is with using sodium fluoride, and
sodium fluoride.
And I know there's different. I read up on this different kinds of fluoride, but this is like the fluoride that's allegedly like in toothpaste.
My point is